Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What is going on, guys? How's everyone doing? Happy Friday evening. Wow, I'm going to hop on here and probably hop off quick as well. But I wanted to say, hey, I wanted to say what's going on. Hope everyone is doing outstanding. Interesting thing on Twitter I saw. Very interesting thing on Twitter. Really, really interesting. Alex Sheet, check your DMs. I'm going to do that, bro. Paul J. Walker, yo, what's going on, Paul? How you doing, my friend? I don't think I've seen you in the stream before, bro. Glad you're here, though. Staff Sergeant of Marines, yes. Dustin D, yo, what good? What's good, my man? Life is good, brother. Life is really good. We're live. That's right, absolutely. How you feeling, Siege? Out of the way, Jay. What's going on, bro? Feeling outstanding, man. Life is good. Alex Sheet, I'm going to make sure I check that out as well, man. I haven't even checked that out. I was going to go over some kind of almost like generic news, as a matter of fact, really. But you got something good for me, huh? TJ Jackson is in the building. What's up, good people? What's up, TJ? Legendary. What's going on, my dude? How you doing? Paul Walker, I follow all the streams. Well, I'm exciting to hear, man. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you hopped on the chat, bro. Absolutely. Guys, smash those likes for me, please. Just collapse that chat and smash the likes and then come back and hang out in the chat. It helps with the stream for sure. It definitely helps with the algorithm on YouTube. We want to keep that thing going. We want to keep that record going, see how long we can do that. See how many consecutive streams where we can match the likes with the viewers. TJ turned me on to that about 5 streams ago. He's like, CJ, you're like the only YouTuber I've seen who the likes has matched the number of people in the stream. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even notice that. But that is cool. So let's see if we can't keep that going, guys. Tam Bouge. Good evening. What's going on, my friend? I don't think I've seen the stream either, man. Good to see you in the stream, man. Where you checking in from, Tim? From the Netherlands. Read the chat, CJ. Just read the chat. They'll tell you. Back once again and smash the like, says they're billionaire. I love that. I love that, bro. Glad to see you in the stream, my friend. Absolutely. So what you got for me, Alex? I got to go check that out, huh? My dude, Alex G, sent me some stuff. He's been hooking me up with some real good stuff. So I'm going to go check that out on Twitter. If you guys come up with anything, any kind of good stuff you want to share, man, just hit me up on Twitter. Please make sure we're following each other so that can happen. Paul Walker says the best video made was XRP to 10,000. Thank you, man. I remember that video. Crawfish XRP is in the building. Louisiana is in the house. Absolutely. Whereabouts in Louisiana with Crawfish? Staff Sergeant Marine says, Siege, I have been looking at some solid TA guys, and when Bitcoin went from $8 to $1,000, they are very solid similarities between Bitcoin and XRP. Fact check. Okay, cool. That's good to know. That is real good to know. What's up with Michael Arrington, guys? What's up with that? What's up with Michael Arrington, fellas? Tell me what's going on with that. I haven't watched it. I have not watched it. I have not watched it, but I heard it was crazy. South Louisiana. Okay. My roommate, when I was in the Navy, was from Louisiana. We went down there once or twice. Crawfish. I went down there once or twice with him. I forget what part it was. Absolutely. So yeah, I did not check out this Michael Arrington thing, so I am going to check that out. Let me change the stream up real quick. Hope you guys are having a good evening, man. We just watched The Irishman. How many of you guys have watched The Irishman? I love those gangster movies, man. Absolutely love those gangster movies. Watch The Irishman with who is it? Pacino and De Niro, and why can't for the life of me I cannot remember the short guy's name. Cannot for the life of me remember the short guy's name. Navy vet. Oh, you're a vet from the Navy? Okay, so am I, my friend. So am I. What am I expecting? What are you expecting in 2020 for XRP, says Paul Walker? I'm expecting December of 2020 to be absolute blessing for the XRP hodlers. I'm going by some TA guys who are smarter than me in the TA front, from the TA front, right, on those charts. And I got one guy saying he expects an XRP about $10, maybe 15. I got another guy who I really, really like his overall unbiased view on digital assets. And he has 3 cash out points on XRP for him. That's what he has for himself. He's 100% in digital assets. He lives off what he does, what he makes. And he had a $9 cash out point, a $15 cash out point, and a $28 cash out point for XRP. Those were his. His name is Do It Yourself Investing, DIY Investing on YouTube. I did a video on him in the car while I was driving, and I said it was the best TA on XRP that I had ever seen. And quite honestly, I love that he's not, in one camp or another. Just no, not is it Joe Pesci? Wow, it is Joe Pesci. Wow, man, classic. Pesci is just. I love him as a gangster, man. I love him as a gangster. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Staff Sergeant Rank Joe Pesci. Love him as a gangster, man. Really, it's a meteor shower tonight. You might see something cool. Oh wow. Okay, I'll have to tell the Miss Crypto Siege about that. Interesting. All right, so let's check this thing out here. I'm gonna go check out what Alex Yeats sent me. But have you guys seen that thing with Michael Arrington? I heard it was supposed to be powerful. Yeah, well, the TA will work because the market's always going to do what it's going to do, and the altcoins follow the Bitcoin right now. And so, come December or January, if history proves itself, a bull run should start around that time. We'll see. It's typically a 1-year bull run or so, 1 year or so bull run, and a 2-year or so bear run. So, Tim, we shall see. Those bears is in the building. $10 by December 2020 sounds about right. A lot riding on an election in November. Yep, absolutely. What's good, fams? Morris Prince, what's going on, dude? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you in the stream, guys. Please smash the likes on your way in. If you haven't had a chance to do that, we're trying to set that record for consecutive streams with just as many likes as we have viewers. TJ Jackson turned me on to that. He's a moderator in the stream. Turned me on to that about 5-6 streams ago. Yeah, so we want to keep that up. So, guys, if you want to collapse that chat, let's go smash the likes and then come back in. Let's see if we can't set the record for consecutive streams with just as many or more likes than we do as we have viewers. So that would be really, really cool. All right, so let's go see what my dude Alex Yeats sent me, man. Let's go see what's up. I think I saw this one, a higher price for XRP several ways. I think I saw that one before. Securitize is hooking up with Deloitte. Deloitte. It's hooking up with Deloitte, really? Deloitte, SBI, Securitize equals Ripple Partners. Monex supports XRP, do the math. XRP Darren, have you seen this? I told you guys, don't sleep on Kava Labs and Securitize, man. I'm telling you, Securitize is no joke. Swift GPI not a viable solution. Yep. Saw that. I did the thing on that today, right? Yeah, I remember this article about the price for XRP. I remember this one. I'm pretty sure I covered that. VeChain. Yeah, I saw the VeChain hack. Crazy. And somebody was saying it was an inside job. Spanish Fly, XRP Ripping News. What's the Flyville? So did somebody promote me? That's yeah, Spanish Fly. Yeah, shout out to Spanish Fly. She did. She shared my stream, huh? But that was awesome. That was awesome of her to do that. XRP chokehold. Yeah, this guy seems like he's putting out some good stuff. Where should I start? The Grace Gatsby. Yep, saw that. That's the one you sent me the other day. Okay. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. What that this David Schwartz thing. King Solomon. King Solomon. CoinCheck, Securitize, JSTA. Three cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, are available for exchange. Monex. Yep, I remember that. Okay. Yeah, Securitize is huge, man. I knew about them hooking up, right? Could like with us, part of the spring thing as well, right? You do the math. The Japanese Security Token Offering Association, right? And I know SBI is part of that. Yep, SBI. There it is. All right. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go over some of that stuff, man. 416 crypto is in the building. Good evening, everyone. The weekend is here. It is indeed. Guys are doing an excellent job of smashing those likes, guys. I appreciate that. TJ Jackson said it wasn't a hack, mishandling of a very large wallet. Man, that's tough. Yeah, let's see what the price does. Vic Nago is in the building. How you doing, my friend? Glad to see you in the stream, man. So I stopped on my home project. Soon I'll afford contractors. Very good researcher. Yeah, it sounds like it, man. Really does sound like it, Alex, for sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over that tonight and early tomorrow, so I can do it on the stream. Yeah, absolutely, man. Evening, all. Brian Bent, what's going on, dude? Glad to see you in the stream, Brian. How are things, man? Everything good? I wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that the Bitcoin mining is ramping up in the U.S., especially in Texas. I just find that to be very, very interesting. Dustin Dio, what's good, dude? We're live. So let's see what's up here. Another Bitcoin mining farm coming in the U.S. One of them was really, really, really interesting. Why is this doing this? I already did that. Why is it doing that? I already did that, man. What's up with that? Hold on one second, fellas. Why would it go away from that article? Another Bitcoin mining farm coming in the United States, this time backed by the Winklevoss twins, so Winklevoss Capital and Polychain. Interesting, I think. Quick take, Denver-based company Crusoe Energy Systems is set to open a Bitcoin mining facility. The company has raised $70 million in 2 rounds to fund its project. One round saw participation from Winklevoss Capital and Polychain Capital, among other notable investors. The reason why I found this interesting is the way in which they're planning on doing their mining. So I thought that was really interesting. Something to do about the gas that's kind of being put out into the atmosphere, and they're going to use that gas to power these facilities. And I thought that was really, really interesting. The company will install 70 units next year. Well, let me read this first. Crusoe Energy Systems, a Denver-based company that converts natural gas to energy-intensive computing, is set to build a new Bitcoin mining facility. The company will install 70 units next year, each with a capacity of about 1 megawatt. Chase Lockmiller, CEO of Crusoe, told Bloomberg in an interview published Saturday, Crusoe has raised $70 million in fresh capital to fund this project. Yeah. So I just thought that was really interesting. It's going to convert the natural gas. Why does it keep doing that? I already subscribed, man. Why in the world? Let me hit no thanks. Crusoe has also raised $70 million in fresh capital to fund this project. Announced Friday, the new capital comes from 2 rounds, $30 million equity funding, and okay, that's good. But interesting that the Winklevoss twins and Polychain, right, 2 big players in the digital asset space, have participated. Through its project, including Bitcoin mining facility, Crusoe aims to solve the growing problem of gas flaring, where energy companies burn off excess gas in the absence of adequate pipeline capacity. Citing data from the World Bank's Global Gas Flaring Reduction Partnership, Crusoe said nearly 497 billion cubic feet of natural gas are flared annually in the United States, which is enough gas to power over 10 million homes. With this Bitcoin mining farm, for instance, Crusoe plans to utilize about 10 million cubic feet a day of gas, which otherwise would have got wasted, Lockmiller told Bloomberg. It's a very creative way to solve an environmental and economic problem for the oil and the gas industry. Now, I find that to be really, really interesting. I find that to be really, really interesting. Let me do this. Don't you guys, the way that they're doing it, I think is interesting. That's why I said that the space is evolving. Like, first of all, it's coming to the States. It's coming to the United States. But they're finding a different way. I think that's why the Winklevoss twins, of all people, decided to get involved with that, because I think that's going to be really, really popular. But it also says that Bitcoin is not trying to go anywhere anytime soon, right? We all know what the greatest digital asset that's ever been created. But if you can get away with that mining and take away one of the big negatives about climate, all these climate concerns that they're starting to come up with now, people are attacking Bitcoin in every way, shape, form, or fashion. So if they can come up with this as a way to do it and make that work, they're doing it in Texas, from what I understand, which already has a pretty generous electricity prices, right? So I found that to be very, very interesting. The way this company is going about doing it. I wish, as an investor, we could just get some stock in that company. You know what I mean? That would be really, really cool. Folks, smash the like buttons. Lost the China trade war. So what happened with the China trade war, TJ? I thought what's his name had something up his sleeve. I thought that President Trump had something up his sleeve. Nova's in the building. What's going on, dude? Glad I could make it to the live. Just finished all my exams tonight. Oh, okay, cool. Glad to see you here, man. Glad to see you in the stream, brother. Brian Schreier, $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you supporting the stream, bro. Brian Shearer says, delicately tap the smash buttons. Absolutely. 36 people in the stream, 32 likes, man. You guys are outstanding. I appreciate that. Yeah, Lakers in the Heat, huh? I'm just blown away how the Lakers are doing this year, man. I am blown away. Brian Benton says, yes, makes Bitcoin mining sustainability, right? So self-sustainable. I just think that's very unique and a creative way to do it. And it's just for them as a company, it's going to be, the pushback is not, it's not going to be there the way it is with the other mining facilities, right? It's just not going to be there. So I think that's crazy good. And again, that's why I was saying that the digital asset space is evolving, right? They're finding different ways to figure this thing out. They really, really are. Don't you think it's so interesting? There's only so much Bitcoin, but yet more and more companies are still going out and creating these facilities. Don't you think that's interesting? It's a win-win, Brian Benton says. Exactly. It's a win-win. That's why I wish was able to we were able to grab some of that stock from that company. That would be really, really nice. You know? TJ Jackson says, lost what they call phase one, so it's technically still ongoing. Trump gave in to the pullback of tariffs. Xi demanded. Yeah. Yeah. That's a show, I'm telling you, TJ. That's a show. Oh, man, look at this, guys. 36 people, 36 like, 35 people on the stream. We are doing it. I appreciate that, guys. I really, really do. So I just, for me, that's just one thing, that I wanted to cover in terms of not just mass adoption, but the space is evolving. Coming up with that creative way to mine that Bitcoin, I think is genius. But I also think, how many mining facilities can there be? How much Bitcoin can be mined? That's an interesting question, don't you think? TJ Jackson, without question, it's smoke and mirrors, man. They all got a plan. You remember that chart I showed you, right? Well, it's drafty in this room. What in the world? You remember that chart I showed you guys, right? With AIB and SWIFT and HSBC? I'm telling you, that chart, that chart graph, is telling. XRP Rocket Man, hello from the Netherlands. What's going on, man? That dude from Sweden did not hit me up, man. I was hoping he would hit me up so I could connect with him. Particularly with the halving coming up, says 416 Crypto. Exactly. Like I'm trying to understand it. I really, really am. I get those who came into this game early, and I get them expanding their operation because they got into it early. The Bitmains of the world. But think about a new company just getting started. Sammy the Bulls, what up? What's up, dude? How you doing, man? A new company just getting started. Like this, it just feels as though there's only so much Bitcoin that can go around. Right? And so putting up, millions of dollars to start an operation, I don't know. It must say something about what they're seeing Bitcoin is going to do. But again, only 21 million. Imagine if Fed comes out and says, we run on XRP. Wow. Yes, I know. I'm waiting for the person who's going to say it. I think it's going to be the Donald. We'll see. Will it be Powell? Will it be Mnuchin? Will it first start with Madame Lagarde at the ECB? Brian Benton says, right now, Bitcoin miners have been capitulating since October. So this halving will be different than the last two. Yeah, it's going to be different. It definitely is. I got a miner way back, about a year ago, maybe. I got one. I saw a great price for it. I actually own the miner. It's housed in a facility out in Irtux, where its code is pretty much right around the corner from Bitmain and where they operate and stuff there. So you can get it repaired quickly. But I only got one, and I wanted one to be able to say I was getting some Bitcoin some way, some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's why I did it. And the price at the time was right. So, I just purchased my own. And, we all know that Bitcoin in the short to midterm is going to do its thing. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're going to do their thing in the short to midterm. There's no question about that. Long term is the other thing, right? But again, only so much Bitcoin to go around. When Mullet was good, dude. Hey, Siege and Peeps, just got home from a long day of work. Well, I'm glad you decided to hang out and catch up on the stream, man. I appreciate you being here, Win Mullet. Think about that. Just so much BTC to go around. You know, I love this creative idea that they're doing. And I'm just wondering, um, well, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? They're just starting, yet they got some major players participating in the funding in their seed rounds. They must see something in the possibility. They must see something in the possibility. You know what I mean? They got to see something. But here's another thing I wanted to share with you guys. Ravi Singh, what's going on, man? He says your work days are limited. Yeah, you talking about Win Muller's work days? Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys are killing this likes. I appreciate you guys. 39 people on the stream and 38 likes. TJ, we're about to do another stream, bro. We're about to set that record, TJ Jackson. That's outstanding, man. So here's something that I wanted to point out to you guys as well. I don't feel like I can do Alex Yeats stuff until I check it out. Let's see what's up. Is that the one? Nope. This one. Check this one out. So this former. Oh man, I gotta go back. Hold on, guys. I have to change the view. There it is. There. So this former Bitcoin skeptic thinks the price is about to explode. Here's why. Very interesting article. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has had a mixed year. Fears of over a regulatory crackdown have risen, though the Bitcoin price has doubled over the last 12 months. The Bitcoin price, which started the year at around 3,500 per Bitcoin, soared to well over 10,000 this summer before crashing back to around 7,000. Amid fears, Facebook planned cryptocurrency project could cause central banks and regulators to take action against crypto. Now, with Bitcoin traders and investors looking hopefully towards 2020, one former crypto skeptic turned Bitcoin believer has predicted the Bitcoin price could hit 100,000 per Bitcoin over the next 2 years before climbing as high as 500,000 per Bitcoin by 2030. Between now and 2021, we're likely to see 100,000 Bitcoin, says Mark Yesko, the chief executive and chief investment officer at Morgan Creek Capital. And Morgan Creek Capital Management told business news outlet Business Insider. I like Mark Yesko. He seems like a smart, reasonable guy in the digital asset space. I believe this is the guy who works with Pompliano. By 2025, we're likely to see $250,000 Bitcoin and then some time out. 2030, we could see a 400,000 or 500,000 Bitcoin as it reaches gold equivalent. Yesko, who admitted he was previously skeptical of Bitcoin and the underlying blockchain that is built on, pointed to the infancy of the technology as the reason behind his hyper bullish prediction. And again, I think he's a very smart guy. I think Mark Yesko is very smart, got his head on right. It really is about the growth mindset and focusing on the venture capital upside or the asymmetric upside of the asset at this point. Tika Terari always talks about that asymmetric upside of the digital asset space. The growth of the Bitcoin network, which has expanded rapidly since Bitcoin was created a little over 10 years ago, will help combat, this is the point I wanted to share with you guys, will help combat wealth inequality, according to Yesko, who oversees some 1.5 billion worth of assets at his U.S.-based hedge fund. The government and the elites want to have all the wealth. Let me say that again. The government and the elites want to have all the wealth, so they manufacture inflation flows to top. And that's why we have the greatest wealth inequality in the history of mankind. Bitcoin helps solve that because we can opt out as an answer from the fiat system, from that fiat system. Jasko's comments come after analysts at Germany's troubled Deutsche Bank warned the fragile fiat currency system will be put under strains in years ahead. So that's the thing, right? The digital asset space will help combat wealth inequality. The governments and the elites want to have all the wealth, so they manufacture inflation and the wealth flows to the top. And that's why we have the greatest wealth inequality in the history of mankind. Digital assets, when you say Bitcoin, you just might as well say digital assets. Digital assets help solve that because now we can opt out as an owner of assets from that fiat system. And that's what I really wanted to share with you guys. Again, this is a very, very smart man. Started, was a skeptic, not a believer in the digital asset space, not a believer in the blockchain technology behind it. But now he is, and he recognizes the benefits from the digital asset space. And I think that's really, really important to note and understand. And this is a guy, it's not a young guy. It's a guy who's been around for a while. He's seen some things. He's used to working with some very wealthy people. But he understands that there is a wealth inequality. And he recognizes, guys, that this is our chance to win. My girlfriend's here. He recognizes that this is our chance to win, right? The digital asset space, like I say, is our chance to win. And he recognizes that. And I respect him for that. I respect him for acknowledging the wealth inequality, from acknowledging that the elites and the wealthy don't want us to win. You guys see what I'm saying there? So that's a very poignant article, I thought. Old money wants us to lose without question, One Mullet. That's exactly right. Yeah, guys, about to get those T-shirts made. About to get that merch up. The real, what is it? The real Rick G? I think it's the real Rick G. He's got his dabs on that first one, but I'll let you guys know when it's up. I'll let you know when it's up. A lot of good information on Twitter. Yeah, it's a lot of good information on Twitter, guys. Absolutely. 41 people on the stream, 43 likes, guys. I definitely appreciate that. So I just think that, how important it is to recognize where we are. The digital asset space is evolving, right? This guy, Mark Yusko, he's like co-founder of that law firm, of that investment firm, rather, right? Understands where we are. This is an opportunity of 3 lifetimes that we're in right now. An opportunity of 3 lifetimes. Thinking about doubling up on Tezos. My real love is still XRP. So let's see if we can't go over. I don't want to go over this to try to give it too much justice because I didn't really read over this yet, Alex, and I really want to. What is this press release? Well, this is from October. I remember this. Yes, Securities Rakuten Services has established the Japan Security Token Offerings Association. I do remember that. And of course, SBI. SBI wants to really be big in security token offerings, absolutely. And Securitize is in that same space as well. But Securitize is, what I want to say, a spring thing, just like Dharma and just like Kava. This is the first service in which 2 companies will collaborate with each other, Monex and CoinCheck. Yep. And I get they're gonna offer XRP as well. As the first service. Monex, through hosting seminars and offering market reports related to digital assets, has been opening the door to start investing in digital assets to its customers. In order to create further opportunities, Monex decided to start a point exchange service. Monex points to digital assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple as the first service in collaboration with CoinCheck. What else did you have for me, man? Let's go see what's up. Yeah, this is an interesting thing too, because a lot of people don't understand, the model behind Ripple, that is the behemoth that is Ripple. And this is from David Schwartz in 2017, talking about the price of XRP, how it could rise. The most obvious benefit to Ripple of an increased price for XRP is that it increases the value of Ripple's XRP that Ripple, the company, owns. This means that Ripple has a greater ability to incentivize partners and liquidity. It also means that Ripple can raise more revenue by selling XRP, of course. Indirectly, more value almost always means more liquidity and trade volume. XRP already has each of the other characteristics needed to be a good intermediary asset, but it will be initially limited by the available liquidity. Greater liquidity will give Ripple more flexibility to target larger corridors. Yep, and that's happening now. So it's interesting. That's 2 years ago that David Schwartz said it, and that's beginning to ramp up now, as we all know. Also, to some extent, Ripple's success is limited by people's perceptions of Ripple's success. If you think Ripple's payment technology is going to be the next big thing, you'll be willing to invest the money and resources needed to implement and deploy it. If you think Ripple is a scam, you're not going to integrate it or perhaps even look at it, right? And so we've crossed that chasm, right? You guys heard me on the stream talk about this yesterday. We crossed the chasm, and the lady from Silent Research has said that about mass adoption of the payment spaces, especially, but mass adoption of the tech in the payments and the financial space. Whether it makes sense or not, XRP's price is seen as a measure of Ripple's success or likelihood of future success. It is also important that it not be terribly expensive to hold XRP. A higher price will mean that a similarly sized cell will produce less volatility. So a higher price could mean a lower cost to hold XRP. That's interesting. So a higher price could mean a lower cost to hold XRP. So as long as XRP's general price direction is up, the volatility can be hedged without much difficulty. Yeah, I remember that. When the Bitcoin sold for $1, you wouldn't really use them to buy or sell a house. You can now, though. Bigger transactions require bigger value. The higher the price of XRP, the larger the payments Ripple can target. When you're expecting exponential growth, and that's the key phrase there. The higher the price of XRP, the larger the payments Ripple can target. That's really the key. And that's why we've always said they need this price to be high. When you're expecting exponential growth, even a small increase in your starting point can pay huge dividends down the line. Absolutely. Alex, thanks again for sharing that, man. I appreciate that. I remember when that article came out. I remember when that came out. I'm trying to think what this is about. I've heard of Ubisoft. Blockchain Game Alliance, and congratulations for their partnership. Yep. And so that's really, David is just giving us nuggets there in that talk. And in so many words, he's telling us what needs to happen. And he understands that how it's going to happen. Of course, he owned, right? So those guys own some XRP. They wanted to succeed. They wanted to win. They needed to win. Lots of people on Core steering people away from XRP. Really? What is that? Is that like a newsletter or something like that, Brian Benton? No state taxes. Okay, where you live, no state taxes. Steve-O D XRP, what's going on, man? Oh man, a late one for me, 2:30 a.m. in the Boris Kingdoms. Wow. I'm glad to see you're hanging out, Steve-O. Absolutely, man. Thanks for sharing that, Alex G. Yep. Okay, it's like a newsletter or something. Yeah, I've seen. I think I might have had that at one time. To be honest with you, Brian Benton, it's an interesting time because we all know the deal with XRP. If you've been in the community for a while, you could find just thing after thing after thing about what's going on Twitter. Let's see what's also on Twitter. Let's see what did I save today. 11news.com is, wow. So the news is actually sharing this. Huh, that's interesting. Have you guys heard about this salt? So salt, let me share that because I think that's interesting. So it says here, we've added XRP as our latest collateral. So all of this time, salt lending has been in the space from the beginning. One of the first to allow you to put your crypto on your space and get a loan for your crypto. And they just added XRP. You know what else I just discovered that just happened? I believe that Uphold and Salt Lending joined forces. Let me see if we got something on that. Uphold and, if you could spell Uphold and Salt. I thought I just saw something where they partnered up. Uphold. Yeah, it says it. Uphold, a digital money platform providing access to investments and payments using blockchain technology, has announced a partnership with crypto-backed lending company Salt. Together, the two plan to provide users with cash or stablecoin loans using digital assets as collateral. Isn't that interesting? Again, they just decided to add XRP, like as of today. And I saw this announcement earlier. I didn't get a chance to read any articles. They're partnering with Uphold. What do you think about that? And XRP, yeah. Uphold, I think I read that already. Uphold's 1.7 million users can now secure loans through Salt against their holdings in Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, and XRP. They used to have a lot more than that, but now, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. The integration of the two platforms provides enhanced access to liquidity, enabling users to unlock additional value in their crypto holdings. Robin O'Connell, Uphold's chief revenue officer, told Cointelegraph. Millions of Uphold users that are holding digital assets might want access to those funds without having to sell. That DeFi space is going to be massive, guys, without having to sell their crypto assets. The partnership with Salt allows users to free up liquidity while maintaining the potential upside of the underlying crypto asset. Salt has also integrated Uphold wallets into its platform, allowing its growing user base to access Uphold's products through their dashboard. The integration streamlines the lending experience for both Uphold and Salt users through collateral transfer and loan proceed payouts. One of the big benefits with Salt was it was like the loans was like, it's kind of no credit, none of these credit checks, whatever, kind of the value of your, whatever that ratio might be for your loans, the value of your assets for your loans. And again, Salt lending has been around for a long, long time, and they never had XRP on there, never. But don't you think it's interesting that that partnership is coming about just around the time they're going to beat Kava Labs. They're going to beat Kava Labs to the market, right, by forming that partnership. And I'm sure that was Uphold, move. I'm trying to think who owns Uphold. Who's the company? Was it Goldman Sachs that owns Uphold? Guys, let me know on the stream what you think. Who owns Uphold? Because I can't remember. The potential of crypto-backed loans from Salt ultimately allow Uphold users the ability to keep their crypto and receive cash, providing an easy solution to unlock the value of their assets without having to sell them on an exchange. It's important to note that Salt is a centralized cryptocurrency loan platform, providing loans to users in select jurisdictions. Other crypto-backed loan providers such as ETHLend are decentralized and cater to users worldwide. Okay, I did not know they were centralized. Unlike traditional financial institutions, Salt allows customers to use their crypto assets as collateral to secure cash, US dollar, or a stablecoin loan, a cryptocurrency backed by a reserve asset in just 24 hours. This gives users the opportunity to fund large purchases, consolidate debt, or access working capital to scale their business with their cryptocurrency holdings. When applying for a loan through SALT, Uphold users can customize their loan by choosing their preferred loan type, loan amount, duration, and loan to value ratio. SALT currently offers loan to value ratio options of 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70% for crypto-backed loans and does not require customers to undergo a credit or income check. Rob Odell, Vice President of Product and Marketing at SALT, told Cointelegraph. Once a customer transfers the required collateral to SALT, SALT will reportedly fund their loan in about a day. Customers can choose to receive the loan proceeds in the form of the US dollar directly to their bank accounts or in a stablecoin. Uphold currently supports USD, up BTC, and up Euro. And as soon as a borrower pays back their loan, they will have full access to their credit assets again. According to SALT, for the duration of the loan, collateral assets are locked in a deep cold storage with private keys that have never been exposed to a network-connected device. These keys are protected by multi-signature processes. The security measure has been audited by the cryptocurrency security standards. This differs from decentralized loan platforms like ETHLend. I wonder what this is, who wrote this article, where assets are allocated with an Ethereum smart contract, which could be considered more secure, as the only parties able to interact with the loans are the lender and borrower. So I don't need to go much into that, but I just think it's interesting that they just added XRP, and I find it interesting as well, the timing of this partnership, because Kava's about to go live, guys. We all know Kava. It's one of the spring things, right? Which we know is XRP heavily friendly. So for me, I'm sticking with the XRP friendly platforms. That people that are have always been all in on XRP. For me, that's what I want to do. So I'm really looking forward to when Kava Labs launches. But I find it very, very interesting the timing of this partnership. And the announcement of this partnership, I should say more so. Jackie33, hi again. How are you, miss? Good to see you in the stream. When Mullah says Kava Labs doing the same, they'll all be doing this soon. The DeFi space, when Mullah, is going to be ginormous. It really, really is. Jackie33, Ravi is saying, how is the basketball? The birth of the new banking system, says Jackie33, without question. Without question. And so I get they got the XRP on there. But, I can wait. I'm going to hold on to my digital assets until Kava is kind of doing their thing. Good afternoon, C, says Derek. Hurut Tamari. I don't want to mess your name up. You know what I mean? Good to see you in the stream, Derek. Got a little echo? It really got a little echo in the audio. Got a window open that has your audio on it? No, I don't. Not that I know of. Let me see what's up. Why would I have an echo on this going on here? But I can close some things, so I showed you that, but I do think that is interesting. I do think that's interesting, but it's exciting times. The digital asset space, guys, it's evolving. Oh, oh, excellent. So your kids won 1x2, huh? Buzzer beater. Excellent. Excellent. That's outstanding, Jackie. So the digital asset space is without question is evolving. When you get Bitcoin companies starting today, right? Starting this year and finding creative ways to mine that Bitcoin. That's pretty massive. And you get someone like Salt, who's been around for a while, to partner up and to have Uphold, want to make that work. I think is significant. Like, who owns Uphold? I thought it was like a Goldman Sachs or something like that, wasn't it? Let me do that real quick. I thought someone else owned Uphold. I could. What? But it's evolving, guys. The digital asset space is really, really evolving. And I always thought to myself, like, what's going to happen when these smaller, some smaller companies who are new to this space, who have some good ideas and stuff, they start getting snatched up by the bigger companies. Not like a TD Ameritrade and a Charles Schwab, but like a Salt and Uphold. Like, who's going to come in? Value ratio. Exchanges are centralized, absolutely. Objective illusion is in the building. What's going on, my friend? I'm all in XRP, no diversification. I got you, says Robbie. Morris Prince C7, that's a great point too, man. I'm telling you, at this rate, we won't have to cash out of XRP. We'll have the ability of direct transactions just like fiat. Yeah, it is moving. The digital asset space, guys, I'm telling you, it's evolving. It really is. And it's moving at a rapid pace. And it's going to be really, really nice to not have to cash out. That Kava thing is going to be significant, especially at its current model, where there's not going to be no real taxable events currently, and you can choose when you want to pay that thing back. That's a crazy, crazy thing. It really, really is. But I'm really interested in leveraging that Kava platform. It's just when. It's just when. Brexit time. XRP hodler is in the building. What's going on, XRP hodler? Brexit time into January is boom time. Yes, indeed. So that's what it is. Audio just came back. Okay. So it's something like sometimes for some reason this audio goes in and out, and I don't know what it is. Kava, PolySign, XRP, Merry Christmas. Exactly. That's the other thing. When is PolySign gonna start making their thing, right? Because we trust them. OC Crypto. Hey, Siege, how you doing, brother? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, my friend. Doing outstanding. Good to see you in the stream, OC Crypto. XRP Joe is in the building as well. What's going on, man? Regulatory clarity is right around the corner. Absolutely. I don't think I've seen you in the stream either, XRP Joe. You've been in the stream before, XRP Joe? I don't remember seeing you here. But nonetheless, I'm glad to see you here tonight, brother. Absolutely glad to see you here. RC. What's going on, RC? Robbie Jamez, how you doing, man? I don't think I've seen you in the stream as well. A lot of new people to the stream. Glad to see you here, my friend. XRP and Stellar are in bed together. Stellar Lumens will be used for micropayments, and XRP will be used and the utility and exchange markets sending value around the world. They both have instant settlement. Robbie Jabez, I hear that, brother. I hear that. It's hard to see. It's hard to say what's going to go happen with Stellar. It really is. Danny Johnson is in the building. How you doing, my friend? XRP available supply sold out soon. Getting a jump on the market share. I smell institutional FOMO. Oh yeah, most people, if you ask, don't even know what XRP is. Absolutely have no clue. XRP Joe, they really don't have no clue. Okay, Benjamin Salisbury says that they're independently owned. Yeah, I'm surprised. I did not know that. I thought that they were. Yeah, Nexo. Yep, I know about Nexo. Staff Sergeant Marine. Nexo wallet can take a loan against XRP too. Absolutely. XRP Joe says, great stream. The audio's fine now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, and I appreciate that. Yeah, so the digital asset space is evolving, guys, and guess what? We are early to the game. Now, it keeps going on and off. How is it now? How is the Alex G? How is the audio now? I don't know why it's going in and out. Is the audio good now, guys? Sometimes I get behind on the stream. Audio good now, guys? Audio's good now, good now. Okay, thank you, guys. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, so I mean, think about it. We're early adopters in the digital asset space. And in terms of adoption of the tech and in terms of adoption in the payment space, we've crossed that chasm, and that is exciting to know. It really, really is exciting to know. I'm going to share this again so that you guys never forget this. This is important. I find it fascinating. This is a chart, a graph that I got from Sam I Am to the Lifeboats when he did a video on that, and I really do think that it's important to understand it. It's playing out every day, each and every day. It's becoming more and more likely. In the top right, it says Mr. Trump, Xi, and Putin are ready to push the plan. Faster the plan rolls out, the better. Nobody will control the new financial system. SWIFT system soon to be replaced. It won't be there for long. Before 2020 or by 2020. Well, it won't be before 2020. Or it'll be sometime in 2020, perhaps when July 21st of 2020, perhaps. Change of structure will absolutely occur. Digital credit, trusted liquidity, will soon be injected, which will be XRP. I just think that's amazing. AAIB to use of CIPS, beginning of the quantum financial system, which will be the new system by 2020. Gold-based XRP true liquidity as real-time settlement. It says gold is back with his new friend, the standard of the new economy. The dollar system is now gone. However, fiat is here to stay. Transfer of system from the West, SWIFT, to the East, AIIB. HSBC will be right in the middle of that. HSBC, Hong Kong-based bank, plays a key role here in transfer systems from old to new. Liquidities are still flowing at the moment, left to right. It's important to understand that and not forget that. It seems like that is playing out more and more every single day. Rasan says, could XRP and Stellar be working together behind the scenes? Yeah, they could. Like, I just don't know what's up with Stellar. Like, I just don't know. What it does, something has to be a payment somehow, way, shape, form, or fashion. And it's hard to say what it's going to be. I know about XRP and how that's going to be used, and I'm excited about owning it. I just don't know. Is the Stellar and IBM partnership still in place, guys? XRP Joe, Siege, what is your opinion of Bitmins as a digital collectible? I don't know what Bitmins is, bro. And do you know anything of their supposed incentive program out in 2020? Nope. Do you mean Bitmain? Staff Sergeant of Marine says, I wish we could stake XRP to earn more XRP. Yeah. Well, I mean, BitTrue allows you to do that. Oh, did I miss a super chat? I don't think I did. Wasn't that Brian? Like BitTrue, I mean, you can take advantage of the BitTrue platform. Again, I'm not promoting that BitTrue platform. I use the PowerPiggy program for VeChain, but I know they do have a PowerPiggy program for XRP, Staff Sergeant Marines. Yep, true. Nick Mirando says, great work. Thank you all. Thank you for all the great information. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you being here, man. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, if you're liking the content, man, smash the sub button. Make sure you ring that bell so you know when we go live with another stream, brother. Glad to see you here tonight. We won't, Ben Anderson. We won't. Yeah, I can see that, Morris Prince C7. Morris Prince C7 says the new system will be based on secured assets. No more unsecured credit. Nobody trusts each other after this next crash. Never heard of that. Bitmons AC. I've never heard of that. Never heard of Bitmons. XRP Joe. Never heard of Brian Bitton. Seems like he's heard of it. I've never heard of it. Collateralize your crypto assets and be your own bank. Absolutely. Morris Prince C7. Okay, it's like buying digital diamonds that appreciate. I don't do it. I gotcha. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Brian Benton says Bitmans are the only collectible assets where price discovery and fair market value works. Wow. Yeah, never heard of that. Never heard of that. Is that your avatar? Is that your avatar, Win Mullet? Greg Williams, what's going on, dude? Glad to see you in the stream, man. Glad to see that you caught it live, man. I'm about to hop off here, man. You're going to have to catch the replay. But I'm glad you made it, Greg Williams. Bitmans are digital diamonds that accrue value, implied value. I don't do it. I got you. I got you. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Jackie33 says, next big staking coin will be Cardano and ETH. 5 to 6% is going to be huge with negative interest rates. Yeah, true indeed. True indeed. Next big staking coins, right? Cardano. So Jackie33, Cardano has not set up their staking yet. I know they were working on it. Tone Bay says it's time to pray for Bitcoin. Whoa. Jackie33, is Cardano platform set up? Do they do staking yet? 416 crypto says for Cardano sleeping giant. I had a bunch of Cardano. I sold it for XRP. Sure did. It sure did. Yeah. I haven't been on. It's funny too. I haven't been on that BitTrue site for a long time now. I haven't been checking my dailies at all there. Yeah, that's what TJ Jackson. Available supply will dry quickly. Everyone will be collateralizing their holdings, and there'll be a huge demand. Absolutely. And what I found out today, guys, from the brilliant Cryptopolis is I found out that Celsius Network, right? So he had a chance to be in the same place, same time type deal with Alex, the CEO from the Celsius Network. Cryptopolis was, and had a chance to speak with him after the meeting for about an hour. And he asked him, point blank, straight up, like, how are you able to provide this 7%, on the digital assets APR? Like, what model are you using? Are you using the BitTrue model? Are you following like the Binance model or Nexus? Which model? How are you doing that? He said, no. He said, what we do is we take the digital assets that are on the platform, get them to institutional makers at 14%. They pay 14%. for the digital assets. And the institutional players take that and they trade it. So they take the digital assets and they trade it, and they figure they can make, they can make more than what they pay for it by trading it. Isn't that interesting? So that's how Celsius Network is able to pay the 7%. Isn't that interesting? So what is Kava going to be doing? What's Kava going to be doing with the digital assets? Yuri wallet. Okay, Jackie 33. What does that mean? I used to have the Yuri wallet. So can you stake Cardano now? That would be interesting if you could stake that Cardano. Because that might be interesting getting some more. Aiden Trading's in the building. Glad to see you, man. Happy birthday, brother. Everybody say happy birthday to Aiden Trading. Aiden Trading is in the stream. Guys, be sure to say happy birthday to Aiden. I think he said he turned. Did you turn 15? Man, young man, the youngest XRP YouTuber in the space. Danny Johnson, what's going on, my friend? Danny Johnson says available supply sold out soon. Morris Prince X7. You are right. C7. You are right. You are right on. Your own bank. Take out first loan, pay off loan once a year with a second loan. Rinse and repeat. Kava. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the strategies. You know what's the cool thing about it? Is we as the XRP community on this channel and other channels will be able to come together and figure out what's the best strategies for using that Kava lab, right? I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Morris Prince C7 said, I'd wait until it's at a higher price. Besides, we need to make sure all of the systems have solid protection in place. I don't want to be paid in fiat for the loss of my holdings due to hack. Absolutely. Got to be really careful about that. I have a feeling that some smart people from PolySign are going to be helping Kava Labs out on their security. Guys, you guys are amazing. 52 people in the stream, 53 likes. You guys are helping out. We're going to do that. We're going to set that record for consecutive streams where we have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. If we got 100 viewers, we're going to have 100 likes. If we have 50 viewers, we're going to have 50 likes. If we have 200 viewers, and that's coming, we're going to have 200 likes. We're going to set the record for doing that, guys. You guys are doing an amazing job at doing that. Staff Sergeant of Marines, that's an interesting question. I do not know the answer. I do think, he says, Staff Sergeant of Marines says, Siege, do you think we should wait for XRP to moon and then collateralize? And, my basic knowledge and understanding would say yes. But I do think there's going to be some type of first movers advantage in dealing with and or working with that platform early. I really do think that, Morris, Staff Sergeant in the Marines. I really do. But what Morris Prince is pointing out he has a great point as well. It's an early platform, right? The bugs and all that type of stuff like that. The good thing for us as hodlers, anyway, is that they're starting out with the Cosmos token and Binance, BNB, and I think Kava. Now, someone told me it was only 2, but I thought it was 3. I thought it was Kava, BNB, and Cosmos is what they were starting out with. So XRP is to come later, which hopefully will give them some time. Give them some time. Everybody say happy birthday to Aiden. Turned 15, I believe, today. Man, this chat, man, when it moves, like, what in the world? Does Kava Labs have a mobile app, says Staff Sergeant Maurice? They currently do not. Yes, that's right, Brian Bitten. Good point. It will be nice when all the crypto loans start counting towards credit scores. Yes, it will be. This is a new world. I'm telling you, that DeFi space, guys, the DeFi space is a new world. It is a new world. And I love it. I love it. Getting on these spaces, you just collateralize your assets. You're not worried about credit checks. You're not worried about credit scores. Your assets is your assets, the ones that you hold. And I love it because we're in the digital asset space early. We have the digital assets that the world needs and wants, and we hold them. I mean, that's kind of a reason for the whole diversification thing. You know, again, I only have 3 digital assets right now: XRP and EOS and B Chain. I did have a few Cardano. I had tons of Tron and tons and tons and tons and tons of Holochain, but I don't have any of those anymore. That's right. The brain trust in the XRP family is stupendous. That is exactly right. Who said that? Morris Prince C7. Absolutely. And that's going to be great because we want to know some better ways. People are going to come up with some ingenious ways to use that Kava platform. I'm telling you. Jackie33 says, such a good thing we have each other to learn from. Absolutely. We are the guinea pigs of the paradigm shift. Absolutely. XRP, when Mullet says, as XRP goes up, you can borrow more. No reason to wait for it to be safe. That's true. Rob V says, all my XRP is retirement fund, without question. Rasan, how much V-chain is a good amount? Whatever you think is a good amount is a good amount, bro. XRP Joe says, I believe the U.S. government is all over X. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? It's pausing. I believe the U.S. government is all over XRP and just not saying it. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. The Thunder Sounds, what's going on, bro? Tuning in for pre-turn up, Siege. I appreciate you being here, the Thunder Sound. Don't forget to smash those likes on the way in, brother. I'm the same way, Brian Benton. I had a little bit of several assets, turned them into XRP. Yeah, and I had a few assets, and I just, I had a goal for XRP, and I said, you know what, I'm going for it. Staff Sergeant of Marine says, so what platform does everyone think is best to collateralize XRP? For me, it's Kava. Me personally, it's Kava. I did not put my XRP on BitTrue. I'm just so, I'm so protective of the XRP, so I did not put it. I trust Kava because I know how directly it is linked to Spring and Spring to Ripple. So that's, it's so, and I'm not saying anything bad about BitTrue. I just don't know. I don't want to risk. I don't even check I don't even check on the digital assets that I have on the Power Piggy. I don't even check it. Once every couple of months, I'll check. And I just, I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to get an AMA with the CEO, Kirish Wang, and ask him how is he able to provide the interest on the digital assets? How is he able to keep his platform going? When Mullet, no, it's not active yet, but I think it's supposed to be 2 to 3 months. But again, they're not going to start out accepting XRP. It's going to be Binance Coin, Atom, which is Cosmos, and I believe Kava. The Thunder Sound said, I did the same thing after research. XRP was the one that made the most sense and actually had a verified team behind it, and it's so important. It's so important. And the fear of missing out, guys, I'm telling you, when the bull market starts, the FOMO for XRP is going to be crazy. I'm telling you. The FOMO for it is going to be crazy. It went to $3.78, $3.80 without all the partnerships, without the MoneyGram partnership, without the announcement of these companies actually being live on the ODL. I'm telling you guys, it is going to be, the FOMO behind it is going to be massive. It really, really, really is. It's going to be crazy. The name Power Piggy does not inspire confidence. I know. Yeah, I know. Jackie33, Nexo, Celsius, BlockFi, has anyone used these? Jackie33, I have not used either of those. I hear My understanding is the people from Celsius, Alex has a massive, he has a massive, massive credibility. Like his bar is high, major respect throughout the financial world, business world, DeFi space. So I know that helps, but I have not used any of those. I have not used any of those. And now that I know a little bit about Celsius, I might be more willing to use that for my XRP now that I know if they take it. Jared XRP, what's going on, dude? Glad to see you in the stream, man. Grad Barlinghouse, what's up, brother? Glad to see you in the stream. This was my thinking. I put bags in 3 or 4 places. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Use a few to store your zeros. I hear that, man. I like that strategy. When Mother says, I keep mine in cold storage, the 5% isn't worth the hat. Just my opinion. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you. Because what of any of those places, the Nexos and the Celsius of the world, what is their insurance? What are their backups if something does get hacked? And that's the thing that people kind of, I think, is, these hackers, they rely on this central, these platforms that have this central one place that they can go and attack. And you get a group of them and they can go and attack this thing, and that's scary. I listened to Alex's interview on Crypto Lark. Yeah. When did you listen to that? I've seen him interview before, but to hear Cryptopolis having had a conversation with him, that's pretty huge, I think. Yeah, we will have a digital ID. I know you guys are talking amongst yourself, Morris Prince and Staff Sergeant Marines, but we will have a digital ID. Yeah, here's the master game plan, I think that's a very important point to make. Here's the master game plan, says Staff Sergeant Marines. Everyone collateralized all our XRP once we moon in order to drive the price, because it's going to be off the market. That's right. And it will become a store of value. It'll raise that store of value concept. All of our XRP once we moon in order to drive the price higher because less XRP on the market. Absolutely. I was impressed, but for now, it's in cold storage. I'm scared to put anything on a platform at the moment. Yeah, I hear you, Jackie33, and I'm the same way. Roblo111 says, I have a paid service that recommends projects, and they have Nexo as one of their picks. 100 million insurance on custodial assets. Gotcha. That's interesting. Insurance is a big part. March Prince C7, you're a basket full of knowledge, bro. Absolutely. TJ Jackson says, I think utility kicks in with the next bull run and XRP finds its stability. No more major dips in price. I hope so, brother. Hope you're right about that. I know this bull run is really going to be huge. What would be nice, because there's a bull run about a year or so, then there's a bear run that's 2 years or so, right? What would be nice is, we get that bull run and that fear of missing out going on with XRP. We get that thing up $20 to $30, and then more utility, more the network effect starts to take place. So even with the bear market that's going to follow, XRP still is doing its thing. Then maybe even this price set, because I still believe that there's something going on with the fact that the NASDAQ decided to do an XRP liquidity index. They decided to add XRP in along with Bitcoin and in along with Ethereum. There's a reason for that. And so what if that would happen, right? So you get the bull run, you get the fear of missing out, right? And obviously the bear has to follow the bull, but because of more liquidity and because of more partnerships and because of more quarter reports from MoneyGram and that type of thing, you know, the XRP price will continue to still rise. Maybe even some. What about some announcement from Mnuchin or Powell or from the Donald, from President Trump? What if that announcement happens during the bull run in 2020? What if it happens right after the bull run and during the bear market, and that announcement comes out in terms of, you know, XRPL and the digital asset? What if the ECB, Madame Lagarde from the ECB, says something during the bull market or right after it? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking. That's what I kind of see happening. You know, during the bull run, latter part of the bull run, right before the bear market, you know, you get that announcement that is going to allow XRP to either get a price set or, you know, crazy fear of missing out again because of the announcement. That would be outstanding. But in either case, I think 2020, yeah, and actual utility is our friend because we know it's coming. Like we know it's coming. And what about regulatory clarity? What about that? What about if the Token Taxonomy Act is passed in 2020? What's that going to do for the digital asset space? I tell you guys, because I think what they're going to need to do is get the clarity, because they remember they got this whole banking move that they're trying to do with the ISO 20022. That's 2022. And remember, in the flywheel, you guys remember the flywheel? Where was that flywheel thing at? Remember, in the flywheel, it said by 2 years. Never forget this too, guys. And I'm gonna let's do this. Change this up. I'm gonna read you that part of that flywheel again. First part of the flywheel, right? To further fuel innovation and increase adoption speed, factors including simplified implementation and regulatory clarity are necessary. These factors are highly likely to be met over the next 2 years, given the competitive drive exhibited by survey respondents and the collaborative efforts of providers and regulators. The collaborative efforts of providers and regulators within 2 years, guys. Think about that. That is ginormous. Right? That is ginormous, guys. So listen, guys, I'm about to wrap this stream up. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I definitely appreciate you guys being here. Win Mullet, thanks for hanging out. Jared XRP, I appreciate you being here. Jackie 33, thanks for hanging out tonight, miss. 416 Crypto, as always, thanks for your help, man, with the stream. I appreciate you being here, brother. All the mods, you guys are outstanding. We did it again, guys. Just as many likes or more likes as the people in the stream. So I definitely appreciate that. Staff Sergeant of the Marines, I appreciate you being here. Bobby Singh, yes, sir. 2020 is going to be epic. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Morris Prince C7, thanks for hanging out. Ben Anderson, thanks for hanging out tonight, brother. Imagine the trading floors. XRP, buy. It's going to be a crazy time. It really is. Morris Prince C7, Javon's paradox. The more XRP is used, the more it can be used due to a higher price. Efficiency skyrockets. Absolutely. I'm going to do some homework on that Javon's paradox as well. Javon's paradox. Thanks for hanging out. TJ Jackson, as always, my brother. Thank you for hanging out, man. Appreciate you, brother. KB Hadouken, cool. Thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Grad Barlinghouse, appreciate you being in the stream, man. Brian Benton, as always, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you contributing to the stream. Dano, get head ready, be alert and calm. Appreciate you being here, bro. KB Hadouken, what is up? Robo 111, I appreciate you hanging out tonight, man. Jared XRP, Ben Anderson, I said that. Staff Sergeant. But did I miss it? I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. That Thunder Sound, man. I appreciate you hanging out tonight, brother. Rasan, thanks for hanging in the stream tonight, man. Danny Johnson, I appreciate you being here, my friend. It was great hanging out with you guys tonight for sure. Aiden Trading stopped in the chat, which is outstanding. All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream like I end all streams, guys. Listen, never ever forget this. Old money, Greg Williams, appreciate you being here, brother. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.